Coming up on Valley News Live at 6, a rise in crime in Dilworth. What's behind it?
Plus, a lack of ICU beds in North Dakota is a cause for concern.
And Minnesota now offering incentives to get kids to get vaccinated. Valley News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 6.
Good evening, everyone. Dilworth police are trying to get their arms around increased crime. They believe it could be attributed to a certain group of people passing through town.
Valley News Team's J.C. Dodge shares tonight's warning.
Dilworth police say since the start of the month, they've been responding to more criminal activity within city limits. The chief of police, Ty Sharp, says while they have identified the two suspects in the October 8th burglary of Silver Spike Bar and Grill,
some tips from the public and some other information, we believe we have that one solved.
More crimes have followed. Last Wednesday, a Domino's pizza delivery car was stolen while the worker was delivering a pizza.
You know, when you're delivering food or anything like that, you don't expect anyone to be around. So you know, you're not going to lock your car and you're probably not going to turn it off.
The car they're looking for is a 2008 red Dodge Avenger, and they don't yet have a suspect. This weekend, Sharp says they responded to 3 stolen cars and half a dozen break-ins, saying the crimes are 100% opportunistic.
They're only stealing cars if people have left the keys in them.
Here you can see a man on a bike check to see if the van door is unlocked, and right away when he realizes he can't easily get in. Sharp is warning you to lock your car doors, don't leave valuables behind, and close garage doors. In Dilworth, J.C. Dodd, Valley News Live.
And the chief says he believes some of the same people were involved in this weekend car thefts and break-ins. If you see anything suspicious, call the number on your screen, 218-287-2666.
A man is dead after an early morning shooting in Castleton. Officers responded just before 2 a.m. to a building by Club 94. Police say the two people involved knew each other. Deputies and paramedics tried to save the man, but he died at the hospital. Cass County deputies continue to investigate, but they've released the suspect, and they say there's no risk to the public. Check back on the free Valley News Live app for updates.
The downtown Warhead train track crossings are reopening after a death investigation this morning. Police say that the death occurred at the tracks in Memorial Park. The victim's name has not yet been released.
The weather this week looks more like summer than fall. Hutch is here to tell us how long we can expect that to last. Hutch?
Yeah, not too awful long, as we have some changes to talk about heading through our work week. A beautiful setting sun, though, on a fantastic start to the work week here in the 6 o'clock hour. Some high clouds building into the Devil's Lake Basin, but here are those temperatures. We had records today of 76 in Grand Forks and 79 in Fargo. We were close to those today as we enjoyed some 70s even into Lakes Country, but we're starting to cool down now. 68 in Devil's Lake. And here is a look at your planner for this evening. Increasing clouds. The wind becomes less gusty and it'll be out of the south, but by morning it becomes northerly. We have a couple of systems taking aim onto the region. And before the end of the week, some in the region will see snow, but our focus is on your first alert weather day for Thursday. A hard freeze is going to be likely for many of us. Coming up here in just a few moments, I will have hour-by-hour details on that, and we'll also talk about where that snow is heading that I was talking about here in a few minutes.
To the south, I hope. Far south.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Good enough. He's a good guesser.
guess.
All right.
I'll show you how far in a minute.
Okay. There continues to be a blood shortage. Vitalant of Fargo describes it as critical. It says 1,000 additional donors are needed a week to fulfill patient needs. The availability of type O blood, which is the most transfused blood type, has plummeted to under a 2-day supply. Vitalant says that donations are going out to about 900 hospitals, including 85 in this region. There's no waiting period to give blood after receiving a flu shot or COVID-19 vaccine. So to schedule a donation appointment, you can visit the vitalant.org or call 877-25-VITAL, which is actually 877-258-4825.
Just 13 intensive care unit beds remain available in the entire state of North Dakota tonight. As officials say, hospitalizations are continuing to surge and patients are staying longer. But officials say it's not all because of COVID-19. The few beds left, however, could quickly fill up.
From just getting sick or having heart attacks, strokes, and then you add on a layer of delayed care and they're really sick, and then you add this other segment of COVID-19 cases, and that's why we're in a pinch.
Officials at Sanford, Essentia, and All True Health say the tight bed space has forced them to turn away both local and out-of-state patients at times. But all three say they've always prepared and have room for traumas and emergencies that may have to come through their doors.
North Dakota is encouraging healthcare workers to return to the workforce. Providers are urging volunteers and individuals with healthcare experience to join the workforce during this unprecedented staffing shortage. The state has reinstated its temporary nurse aid registration process. The State Board of Respiratory Care is offering a 6-month temporary respiratory therapist license for those currently licensed in good standing in another state. Contact your local hospital or healthcare facility to see how you can help.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz announces vaccination incentives for kids today. Kids ages 12 to 17 will be eligible for a $200 gift card if they are fully vaccinated by November 30th. The program is also giving away 5 $100,000 Minnesota college scholarships. Governor Walz visited Gordon Parks High School in St. Paul to make the announcement.
We know being in school has a positive impact. And so we're here today to know that one of the big pieces of that is getting our kids vaccinated. But we're really going to highlight this group just because of the congregate settings of this and just because we know that if these outbreaks start to happen, that's when we end up having kids end up by going home and doing distant learning, and we start to see spread in their communities.
Governor Walz authorized more than $12 million in federal funds for the Kids Deserve a Shot incentive program. At this time, only 50% of 12 to 15-year-olds and 60% of 16 and 17-year-olds in the state are vaccinated.
A former Fargo police chief will be fielding questions from a Senate committee tomorrow during a hearing for his nomination for Customs and Border Protection Commissioner. Tucson Police Chief Chris Magnus served as Fargo's chief from 1999 to 2006. He took over in Tucson in 2016 after he testified before the President's Task Force on 21st Century Policing. He also served as an expert witness for the Department of Justice. President Biden nominated Magnus to head U.S. Customs and Border Protection. His committee hearing will take place in Washington, D.C. Despite rain and storms last week, the majority of North Dakota counties are still under a moderate fire danger designation. Many North Dakota counties have burn restrictions. In Minnesota, counties require permits for burning. For details on whether your county is under any burn ban, click on this story on valleynewslive.com.
Later on Valley News Live at 6, the Red River Zoo adds an attraction that will be especially familiar to NDSU.
Big changes in your forecast begin tomorrow. These temperatures today in the 70s. Now it will be about 20 degrees colder for your day tomorrow, and after that it gets even colder. We're expecting a hard freeze in the valley. I'll have details on that and the regions about with a chance of snow as well next.